Hello, rail friends, and thanks for being with Casey and I, where I believe we are just barely in front of the tag. We had to race to get here, but all within the speed limits. But 5 o'clock traffic in Chattanooga is not what it used to be. NS4851, Tennessee, Alabama, and Georgia Railway, the tag unit. Actually, it is the newest. Oh, we've got likes. NS4851 on its way southbound here at Bootlegger's Crossing. And from the amount of time that you saw this camera come on, that's all the longer we were here. Literally, we had the camera ready to go, connected. The second we parked production 6, we jumped out and boom, we were here. And we got visitors. Now that's how you rail fan. Nothing more fun than taking the Corvette out trackside for the next train. As the sun sets to the west, on this Tuesday afternoon. Thanks, everybody. Haven't even got a monitor up, nothing at all. So, and like I said, if you think I'm kidding about traffic, over there, that is Little Debbie Parkway, and it is solid traffic, just solid. Same thing on 75 coming here. Just, it's like everybody's out this evening. So, hey, we are trackside. There are the indication lights on the tower for the outbound eastbounds, which our train was on track 2. He diverged over to 1, and he is now on his way south. So, y'all sit tight, hang on, be comfortable. We are going to have a little fun. Hey, everybody. Oh, like I said, that was close. Woo! Hello, Mort. Thanks for being on with us. Glad you're trackside. Let me make sure. Yeah, there I am. Hey, everybody. Wow. I mean, moments. Traffic is unreal tonight. 75 northbound, barely moving. Little Debbie's Parkway over there, not rolling, just solid cars. And our train, he is rolling. I mean, boy, you guys, how close was that? Oh my. But 29A southbound, so Bag Squatch, all the rest of you, he should be past Appleton probably about right now, going through Long, then on down to Cohutta Varnell. And if y'all didn't catch him up here, if you have time, from here to Dalton, 45 minutes, and I haven't seen anything coming up north in front of him, so I don't think he's going to have to hold up very long. So if y'all want to catch him, he was leading earlier, but at some point north of us, they did, oh, I know what it was. I heard that he was leading and his horn malfunctioned, and they had to make him second on the consist up front. So, well, so for those of you that think he is leading, he did move to second position there on 29 on the front side because of no horn. Go figure. The one day we managed to see it in the daylight. It's not midnight, it's not raining, and it's not snowing, and everything else. They put him second. But hey, we got him, and that's what counts. You know, sometimes you just have to like the other end of the potato because it's still part of the potato. So everybody, let's see what everybody's up to as 29A continues south. NS4851, Tennessee, Alabama, and Georgia Railway coming your way. Let's see if anybody's got any questions. We got a couple things yet to do. And remember, there's only a couple rules. One, if the scanner starts talking, I'll be quiet. Have fun. And if you have a good time, tell everybody you know. If you have a bad time, keep it a secret. And we appreciate all the thumbs up already and the likes. So, I mean, and just thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for being on. I hope you have a good time. Like I said, we're going to hang out for a little bit. We were up here the other night, and we were playing with the lights, and we have a new light set up. We're at, so I'll do my math here real quick. We're around 93,000 looms that we carry now on production 6, portable power. But we just had, I don't know, clouds, whatever. We had all kinds of malfunction issues the other night when we were up here giving it a try. I think on a Saturday night, 2 hours, one train, and when the one train got here, we lost the lights. And like I said, I'm still learning the capacity, different means, options, what have you, with the power pack. So everything's a learning curve. And for those of you who know me personally, or hang out with me, or even work with me, because there's a number of you, technology and Mike are two words that cannot go in a sentence together. I'm sorry, that's just what it is. Casey on the other side, technology's in his sentence 15 times on a 16-word sentence. And so I just drive Casey crazy with my technology issues. And a lot of times when something happens, I don't know why. I'm trying to explain to him, and it's like, Mike, what did you do? And it's like, I don't know. That's why I'm calling you. So anyhow, as it gets, so for those of you who haven't been here at Bootlegger's Crossing before, this is a really cool place. It's been handed down through generations. Like I said, it's got a name. It's Bootlegger's Crossing. And there's no geographical sign, but if you just Google Bootlegger's Crossing, Ooltewah, Tennessee, or Chattanooga, Tennessee, which both are tough to spell for a lot. But Ooltewah, O-O-L-E-T-W-A-H, Ooltewah. and or just put Bootleggers Crossing Chattanooga. And there's a number of different train publications that have talked about rail fanning here for decades. And great grandpa and grandpa and dad and son have all been here. Now we film up here because we are live and all this is NS property. So we film up here. We are on Cemetery Road, and Ottawa Cemetery is over here to our right. And you have the tracks 1 and 2, Atlanta North District, Knoxville West End. Right after the lights, they diverge or they split, and the Atlanta line goes to the right, Knoxville goes to the left, and they just diverged our last train over for train 29A on over. So he's headed on south. A lot of times you get a 2-3 train meetup because they have to hold whoever here because everything is single track. Just up the way, about a quarter of a mile, where the old water tower is that we filmed at a couple weeks ago. That's where they split. So something that's coming up northbound or coming down southbound, a lot of times whoever has to wait here. So it's a great junction point. And I said, not unusual to get 2-3 different meetups here. So everybody, I'm gonna, like I said, we're gonna probably hang out here a little while. Let's see what time it is. It's 6:11 Eastern Standard Time on this Tuesday. February, what is today? 14th, let's see. February 18th of the year 2025. Because somebody's going to watch this a year from now and they're going to think it's that night. So I always try to give everybody a heads up. Where we just saw the newest heritage unit for Norfolk Southern. If you guys have not seen it before, Casey, we had a great day back in the first part of December, around December 8th. Tag 80 at the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum and the new Norfolk Southern tag locomotive, both were on display nose to nose at the Railroad Museum for rail fans to come see them. There was a private NS function there that morning. I think it was December 8th. And then the public got to come in and see it. Casey was there, got some great footage, so you can see it in super detail. Just go on back and catch up, and you can see the two tags. The tag 80 was restored there at Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum and is now in service. And during Christmas, led the dinner train. It's gone down to Somerville. I'm looking at the traffic down 75 going north is just packed. So if you're watching this from the car and you're on 75 north, do not be in a hurry. There's no hope. And if you're on Little Debbie's Parkway going up towards the Walmart, do not be in a hurry there either, because it won't do you any good. They are just dead stop, dead lined up. I don't know where everybody's going tonight. There is a conversation we may have some inclement weather possible. So I guess everybody's preparing for that to come through the night and first thing in the morning. So I'm going to go ahead and roll you on back. We got a couple of things. If we're going to hang out here for a little while, it's going to be dark shortly. So we're going to try a couple different things since we're here. And we have a break for a moment as far as I don't hear anything coming our way. I don't have the other monitor on. I still, like I said, we rolled up, jumped out of production 6, and how fast can I get this up, get it level, and get you guys situated? And that's how quick our train got here. So, since nobody's got any questions at the moment, I'll be back here in a little bit. Just sit tight, hang out, and I'm going to spin you over to the west. There. That's back towards Chattanooga. You can see the sun setting. And I'm going to go ahead and get us kind of set up for a little bit of rail fanning here. and let's see what all we've got going on. So y'all get comfortable. Let's have a good time. And like I said, we're going to play with the lights a little bit more and try a different setup and just do a couple of different things and see how it goes as we just work on getting better so the videos are cooler and everybody has a great time. So I'll be back. Y'all hang on, and we're going to stay live at least, hopefully, for another hour. And watch carefully, because this time of the night, we'll see the deer come through the cemetery and down around that corner on the tracks. Because this area is pretty heavily wooded, even though it is close to civilization. There is a lot of wildlife that's here. So that's kind of the catches y'all up. And I'll sit tight and get ready here. To 5.0. That puts our train at Dry Valley. So, for those of you who are on with us, the tag is just coming up on Cohutta. He's across the 25.0, so he'll be coming through downtown about right now. And he's reported with no defects, so that's good news for him. So, we're going to go ahead and continue getting set up, get settled in, and get functional. And like I said, in 2025, we're going to have a great time with Rail Moments and you guys, and some of the opportunities and things that we can do and capacities, and one of which is be able to do some lives at night with whatever special or just wherever. And like I said, I'm still practicing and learning and getting better at this, so y'all just kind of sit tight while we get ready. Hey everybody, Andy just arrived. Y'all tell him hi. as I sit here and decide how much I don't like technology.
Hey everybody, how you doing? So I'm just passing by real quick.
Just missed the tail. Hey, looks like sneaking up on us, you guys. Well, I'm trying to get technology to work to find out if anything's coming. It just gets here. Oh, looks like we got the trash train coming. Woo! Smelly version of a northbound. You guys be glad we're up here, because even though he is an empty northbound, going back to get another load of trash, he stinks whether he's empty or not. Hey, Mama Bear! And he'll be running up the Knoxville West End, so he is going to stay on track 2 as he hits the water tower that's about 3-4 blocks up. He's going to be headed north to go back and get reloaded and then bring all that trash back down to Alabama. Not sure the train number, like I said. I'm still struggling with technology over here, trying to get the monitor to connect to the Wi-Fi signal so I can see a couple of other things going on. And you know what? Mike is being challenged with that. So like I said, train 2 on its way now to Knoxville and beyond, going up to get another load of trash. know y'all think I'm kidding you, but I promise I'll be back. But technology and I are over here arguing at production 6. I'm keeping my conversation with my technology at a low roar because y'all do not want to hear it. But I'm going to have this solved here in a moment.
How does this power supply work?
Just a moment, I'll show you. Like I said, everybody, we are going to get fancy tonight. Here in a moment, I'll show you what we're up to. But in the meantime, and I said it shouldn't be long, we'll be able to see our light indications since they are tilted slightly to the right for the eastbound traffic to be able to see them.
Yeah.
So, it gives you a notice, 3/4 mark, which are out, and when it's done, it just stays the same. The power output stays the same, so it runs out of power, and then it goes off. If you're getting low, you have another set of 4. You just put replacements on. So I set the links up here the other night. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set one stand down there and one stand up here. And then when I'm ready, I can just plug this one in and I can tether along. It will run both stands 1 hour fully in. So if I tether it out, I can get a couple hours out.
Okay. That's good.
All right, y'all gonna laugh, but finally, the monitor is on. So, we'll be able to see what's coming to us eastbound. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to let y'all have fun. And hopefully I can get this done before anything comes. But, production 6 now comes with a power pack that's totally silent. So we started this for doing nights. We were running off of the inverters because it drains so much power. But we've got a new unit, and this is going to be our second night. So, like I said, we're still learning with it. So I got a couple things to set up. Y'all be able to watch as I get ready here. So don't go anywhere. I'll be back on. And I've got you set just in case a train comes, because there's no quick way down in front of me, because we're up, what are we, Andy, 40 feet up in the air?
Yeah, maybe half of that.
Okay, 20 feet, but I can tell you, it's steep enough. If Mike gets to slipping, you're going to have a laugh. So I'm going to have to take the long way down. I got to go all the way down to Woodhaven, my pitter-patter on my little feet here, to hook up one of the light stands. But Just give me a moment. You're going to see what all happens. And like I said, we're going to have fun. I'm going to do the work. Y'all do the relaxation, but don't go anywhere. So yeah, I tried Sunday. Everything was just doing fast. I don't know what the connection was.
Well, it was a little blurry.
I mean, nothing really. There's on. Is our power level. Wi-Fi to this. We're now connected. Oh, I had something in the other car. Damn it, I forgot to bring it over. We got a cell phone. Don't want to see where it's a video line. Alright. All right, everybody. Mike's getting his old man exercise. Okay, we've got one unit set up down there. Oh, there's the monitor so I can get to hear it twice. So we're going to have that unit set up down there, which is 100 feet away from production 6. So, and since we want to conserve power, we're going to go ahead and tether that one off. We're going to set up the second unit here, then I'll show them to y'all in just a moment. So y'all sit tight, and I'll catch back up. It's all back uphill up here, so I didn't get this size because I don't like to eat, so it takes a little extra to get me up the hill. So y'all just sit tight. Like I said, next one set of lights, and we can now start to see the tower. So let's go ahead and roll you all there, where at this point we are reds, but as y'all know, red on this side could be green on the next tower down. So we're going to go ahead and get up another one set up. Do you know where Audubon Acres is down at the end of Gun Barrel? Audubon Acres is where the trail tiers originate. If you come from 75 to Gun Barrel, you would turn left to go to the mall, or you turn right and go down 2 or 3 miles. And it's a massive wildlife refuge. And Casey lives on the mountain that we're looking at on the WNA, so the camera is on the WNA. So we get all kinds of birds and what have you. It's part of it, so it's been nicknamed the Bird King. Okay. And that's the why. There's a scanner set up. You can hear everything in Chattanooga going on the bird cam. So whether it be CSX or whatever, you hear it all. You hear the buckshard, the CSX traffic, and the different departments as well.
Okay.
The other night it was so windy, I had to put massive weights on them so they didn't blow over. It was real windy. And then also I had both 100-foot cords hooked up, which takes more power to push it.
Right.
So every event is a learning curve.
What's that? Yeah. You see, it's always not revolving, but on the once in a while I go to Sweetwater, hang out over there.
Their capacity?
No, at the depot, Sweetwater.
What's the question?
Once in a while I go there to watch the train.
Oh. Well, the around. We're single, but then it just goes on, flashes on and on. Here, last week, normally they stay outside. Some locations you know. I like Sweetwater because although the traffic's limited, you have the junction point right there for north-south, and they meet there a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been there quite a few times.
You get you get food and everything.
Yeah.
I also learned the hard way how many times you can trip over one of these pools.
Saturday night.
2 hours, one train, 100 issues, and 6 trips. Okay, everybody, let's see if this set works. All right, just to give you all a look, and we have them all on for a moment. We've got one set to our left. That's 37,000 looms. And as you know, here at Bootlegger's Crossing, there are zero, no, none, not at all, any lights whatsoever. So any light we have to make. So this is taking it from dark to ready for our next trade. And this is a different setup. For those of you who are with me on Saturday night, this is a different setup than what we did. And we're going to see how it works now that I know that I can feather the lights, control them from this point. We're just going to have a little fun with this tonight and try a couple different things. The only thing we have to achieve now is the next train. Can't have a performance without the star performer. Don't put the phones over there. And to maximize time, although we're not going to be here for hours tonight, but to maximize time, we are going to feather it down till we do have trains. Then we'll go back. There goes a plane in the distance. You can see them going right behind the signal towers. All right, let's see who all's on. And it looks like we have a northbound coming through Dalton. So as you all know, from there to here, about 45 minutes. So we'll just say that we're going to do 2 hours tonight. We're at hour number 1. So we're going to hang on. We're going to hang out, hang on, and have fun for an hour. And if y'all have not, or I know the weather's been horrible, and I know some of you, and I hope all of your families and everybody okay. I know some of the areas are having terrible flooding, but for those of you that are in areas that it's been nice and you aren't froze to death, don't forget, submit your catch of the week. Just go to railmoments.com and download your pics from whatever you've caught this week or this past week, all current. Or very short videos can go in there. And then every Sunday, Casey and I'll take a look at them and we'll do pick of the week. And then and in the meantime, you'll be able to see everyone. So, railmoments.com, catch of the week, something that you've seen in the past week. And, excuse me, still getting over my cold. Not very well, but still trying. And submit your catch of the week. And because we had our first week was this past week, I'm going to tell you a little bit because we're asking y'all to vote on what we had from Sunday. So I'll tell you about that in a moment. I've got 2 more likes to set up, and then we are golden and good to go. what's going on? How's the rebuild over at TVMR? Yeah, you'll have your, because every year the members vote. I'll send you a picture of what the Roxine stuff looks like so you can see. All right, everybody. Andy and I were just talking about the upcoming annual meeting for Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum. Like I said, it's a little dark because we're saving power, because I learned on Saturday night, kind of got a little better feel for the capacity of our power pack. But production 6, and I'm going to buzz you all out here, so here is production 6. Andy's hanging out here with me as well. Like I said, this is an incredibly favorite spot to go. Now, it's not exactly hot out, but there's production 6. There's the power unit mounted in the back. And since we are on the side of the road here, we do have the ambers on just in case someone thought they might want to run into us. But usually the only people that come up here are those that are lost. So there's production 6. You see one of the monitors up top. That's looking back towards Chattanooga, and as you can see, the sun is gone. And just to give you an idea, like I said, when train time comes, this is what we will do. If I can see it. The battery on my headlight for my stocking cap is low, so a little hard to see, but that will give you an idea of how it'll look at Bootlegger's Crossing for our next train. Now, we started off the night with the tag, Tennessee, Alabama, and Georgia Railways. So we are waiting for whatever's next. And it does seem to be a little bit of a quiet Tuesday night. But hey, we're just here to have fun. If we can't have fun, there's no reason to do this. And we're going to see how it looks. And we're going to learn. And we're going to get better at this. And throughout 2025, there's some places we've not ever been able to broadcast live from that we're going to go to. And I'm going to keep how we're going to do that a secret, but we will be able to go live with you guys from literally any crossing, anywhere. And there are some cool places that we want to go with y'all. So that gives you an idea. So we're now set up and we are now ready. So we're going to go ahead and take it back to power conservation mode. And like I said, for those of you who are hanging out with me on Saturday night, whatever could happen did happen, as you all well know. And now that we've gotten all kinds of technical, I still have not forgotten my lesson that I learned down in Tunnel Hill. Make sure y'all can see me and I'm not on 5 times magnification and all you get is the right eye. And boy, did I learn that lesson the hard way. I watched that video the next day and it's like, did I really do that? And I did. So Casey said, Mike, waist up, not eyeball out. So every time now, y'all see me look down, and there is about an 8 to 10 second delay. So if I fall down now, in 8 to 10 seconds, you're going to see it. So that's kind of the drift of it. But anyhow, we're ready. We're set. Mama Bear, how's the hubs? Is he all well? Doing well? Are you at work? Are you home? Mama Bear is out by Lookout Valley. Tony, as you all know, he was giving you a heads up. And Tony, for those just jumping on, give them a heads up on the event that you have. And while you're telling them about that, my head's cold, so let me grab the orange hat. No, that's the orange lid. Well, someplace laying here is Mrs. S's Christmas present to me, which is my orange hat with a light on. So I can assure you, we got to find that before we go home, or someone's going to have to take me in for the night. Well, there's almost first trip. You would think an orange hat would be easy to find. And for those of you that were with me on the last rain day, the umbrella blew apart, so we've got a replacement. We're going to put it in the back. Who was it that taught me? Everything has its place and every place has its thing. So we're going to put it where it goes. We are going to find that hat or I'm going to be homeless. Ain't right? How are you? Are you trackside tonight or what are you up to? Like I said, Andy and I are hanging out up here on the, I don't know, you can call it a cliff, you can call it a hill, wherever you're from, you can call it the side of the road. But we're far enough up, if we had a sled and we had snow, we could have a quick ride down and end up close to the tracks. But we don't have either, so the only thing that's going to happen is Mike is going to fall down there, and then Andy's going to have to call 911, and since we don't know the address here, we're going to be in trouble. All right, let me go back. Everybody, I know there's a whole bunch of y'all, and I'm sorry. Like I said, Mike's been trying to learn how to set this up, and his skinny little body doesn't go up and down the hill real quick. So I'm going to go back to the beginning and just catch up because y'all been out chatting me. El Humbard, again, thanks for being live with us tonight, and I'm glad you finally caught up with us. Robert, greetings to you. How are you, sir? And again, anybody trackside, let me know, and if anybody is above us or below us on the Atlanta North or above us on Knoxville West End, give us a yell. I know there's something coming down from Sweetwater. We know we've got traffic coming up from Dalton, and Okay, we've got an NS train just now crossing the 25, listen to that, crossing the 25.0 defect detector on the Atlanta North District. 25.0 is right north of Cohutta and right there in Dry Valley. And if any of you are looking for a fantastic spot to shoot a train, especially in the afternoon sun, man, that is a gorgeous, it's this massive long approach. Great, the crossing's got plenty of parking at it. And I think it's even Dry Valley Road, but don't quote me. But it's the first crossing north of Cohutta, and he comes down this long field, nothing there, no trees, no bushes, no anything. And you can get some incredible shots, be it stills or video. And like I said, if you shoot there in the afternoon, that sun is just like a production studio made by Mother Nature. So we got a northbound crossing the 25.0. Right, let's see. John, if you're on, what is that, about 12 miles to us here? Hello, Chuck, how are you? I hope you've got everything under control, everything's ready. Get the salt ready for tomorrow morning. You have to call me at 4 or 5 to come help you if we get ice. Or if it's tropical, you can make breakfast and I'll meet you early in the morning. We'll have breakfast in the morning. Oh, we got a commercial playing. Hang on. We're running the scanner off the bird cam. For those of you who don't know what the bird cam is, most of you do because you all have nicknamed it the bird cam. At the 122.8 on the WNA sub, we have a 24/7 camera. It resets at midnight, resets at 12 noon. You can chat all day there on it with us. Casey and I try to keep up with it. We do both have daytime jobs that take a lot of our time, but we can catch up there. Tony sent us some notes on what was coming today. Thanks for that, Tony. The P&LE came on down, and for those of you that have been tracking it, let's see, Whistleboard Productions went to Stevenson. Apparently a Norfolk Southern train broke down on the Diamond in Stevenson and shut the joint line down right before it goes double track and splits. So BL&E was sitting there for a while today, and everything came to a halt. So those of you that are watching the Bridgeport camera today heard all of that activity. And for those of you that listen to the bird or watch the bird cam, we have all the train traffic in the area, CSX, the Yard, Norfolk and Southern chatter, so you can kind of keep up what's going on in all of our different areas. So, and like I said, since I've been trying to get everything set up, Ravenhawk, how's everything? Like I said, if anybody's trackside, let me know. Again, Mama Bear, how's Hubs? Everything okay in your world? Don't work too hard, and make sure you got everything ready for tomorrow, because you know you guys don't like snow and ice out there in the valley tomorrow morning. Kid Outdoors, how are you tonight? Oh, Mama Bear's Hubs. Hello. I had to think for a moment. Kid, how are you? Everything good with you guys out there on the other side of town? Mama Bear, if I was any better, I'd have to subdivide and there'd have to be two of me. Because things are good, home is good, the dog's good, hanging out with you guys is good. Saturday was kind of cold. I felt a little bit frozen with a capital F, but you know, it's kind of crazy for those of you that aren't in our area, and I know all of you had horrible, horrible weather Friday night. Chuck was underneath the conference room table at the office trying to hang on, but I know many of you have suffered flooding and what have you, but NS, as I understand, held all the southbound trains coming down the C&O and TP at Danville. So Saturday afternoon, while we were live there at the dam, with all the floodgates open, and we didn't have much train traffic, and all of a sudden, it was southbound after southbound. That was why they had released everybody to come on south. So that's kind of for those of you that was Saturday, kind of a catch up there. For those of you that are in the areas, I hope everything's okay. Tony had 1776 go through town. Yes, it is a beautiful setting here. It's a little tough in the afternoon from up here, Mama Bear, because as we look across, you're looking into the sun, but I try to compensate by shooting more this way. But we're up here, like I said, Andy and I are up here 20, 30, 40 feet. Andy says 20, I say 40. If I fall down there, I'm going to say it's 100, because I'll be bruised and battered. But either way, it is just beautiful up here, and it's so quiet. We hang out with all the folks over here in the cemetery, and the deer and the antelope and the possums, the squirrels, and just a whole host of wildlife up here. Ottawa Cemetery Road is a dead-end road, so there's no traffic. The only car that we've seen since we got here today was a beautiful Corvette. He went down there and turned around, went over on Woodhaven and turned around because there's no way out. So nobody comes up here, and if they do, they turn at the driveway right before. So Andy and I are up here on the side of the road, hanging out on the hill, at the top of the hill. Oh no, you got laundry to do? Uh-oh, you better get everything done. Don't forget, get those dishes done before Mama Bear gets home. You can stay out of trouble and get bonus points. Or if you don't have it done, just tell her that you got caught up hanging out with Rail Moments and it's my fault. And then the next time I see her at Old Waxahachie, I know I'll be in trouble. Tony, make sure you tell everybody about the train show. Tony wants everybody to make plans to come. Cold in Kentucky, you guys got more cold in Kentucky than you know what to do with. If they're sending ice cream from Kentucky down to us, they don't even need a refrigerated car until it gets about here. You guys have had horrible weather the last, Andy, probably the last week.
Yeah.
So don't send it to us.
I hear a train horn.
I think we got horns, so hey, let's put all this into action, into play here. Let's light it up and let's see what this looks like. And let's have fun, and then we'll get back to what everybody's up to.
I can't be only like a couple miles away from here now.
Yeah, you hear them first at Whistle Stop, and then you hear them at the next crossing, which is where, what's the place that cleans your place if you've had a fire? Surf Pro,
right.
yeah, you see it there. That's the next crossing, and then they go past the water tower to here. All right, there's one light on. Let's get the next set on. All right, for whoever's good at math, if you add 37,000 looms to 37,000 looms, plus another 14,000 looms, that is the candle power or the wattage or whatever it is. Andy's an electrician. Me, I'm just challenged with the whole thing. I know electricity, two things. Plug it in or turn the switch. If neither happens, then you got to call Andy so he can tell you what's broken. So, let's get situated here. And looks like we have some light interference coming from, hang on here. It's so cold even the camera doesn't want to work right. Hang on, we got to fix this. Like I said, this is a little bit of a learning curve for me, so y'all let me know how we're doing, and we'll tackle whatever issues. And when you get that white stream across, like right there, That's a reflection off of the light. So, I think I know how to fix this. Y'all hang on.
Yeah, there you go.
That take care of it?
Seem to, yeah.
Now, just to make sure this doesn't go rolling down the hill, there are some things I don't want to learn tonight the hard way. Does anybody know what a nighttime horn salute looks like? A nighttime horn salute. Because we're going to try and get one right now. I have got to find that hat, or I'm going to be in so much trouble. I swore I heard a horn.
I did too.
It's possible I shoved it in my right pocket and fell out there. All right, Andy and I are now debating if our hearing's bad. We both think we heard horn. What's wrong with this? Oh, here comes a second northbound through Dalton at 7:20, so he'll be here by 8:30. Very unusual for it to be this quiet on a Tuesday night on the NS lines. All right, for those of you that are trackside or tracking, up, there it is. Oh, thank goodness Andy and I thought we were getting old and couldn't hear. Train time, horn. We're set. We're good. All right, everybody, this is a first time ever for Rail Moments and us together with this setup. Let's see how this works out. And like I said, we're going to try and get a horn salute back, a flashlight horn salute, or a nighttime horn salute. Whoa, that's $2 there. I'm sorry, that's way. This is so cold. It's a little tough. There, that should be good. All right. Here comes westbound. Let's see if we're lucky enough to get a nighttime horn salute. Toma! Whatever that means. How many gallons of paint do you think are on each? Hey, this one. Check it out, MD. Let's see if we get an NYKE tonight. As he slows down, thank goodness. Oh, check that out.
All right, sounds good.
Hey, drive safe, be careful. It's good to see you.
All right, you too.
Well, everybody, what do you think? He went around the corner, kept on going, although slowed down dramatically. And there is, and I'm going to show you the difference. And like I said, we learned, or I learned, and those are the 227 milepost indicators. Andy said tell you all goodbye and good night. He's headed on out. But this is what it looks like without the light. Now that's cutting out half of our current light power. Now I tried to get us a nighttime horn salute, but it didn't work. Maybe they weren't ready, or he was too busy, or they had other things going on. But, and while we're talking about that, always, parents, make sure your children are highly visible. Buy them high-vis stuff to wear. Make sure they keep a safe distance from the track. And always involve your train crew. You want to have fun, so do they. They want to make sure they don't have to worry that you're too close or you're going to do something, because you never know, particularly right now, this time of the year when a train from up north is coming down. He has set all that ice or all the water on the top, or the snow has frozen, and he gets to Chattanooga where we try to stay at least 32 degrees and up. It starts getting warm, and then whatever melts, and boom, about that time it comes flying off. And I know most of you have experienced that when you're on the interstate, kind of when you're in the middle, and all of a sudden that truck in front of you, that huge piece of ice comes flying off, and boom, headache. And same thing with, you never know when a strap has broken and it's dragging along, or it throws up a ballast, and next thing you know, you got a rock in the Kanagan. So always exercise caution, keep a safe distance, involve your train team, give them that huge welcome to your town, and they'll have fun too. So, all right, so that gives you an idea. What's everybody think? Like I said, it's way different than what we've been, totally different. I hope you liked, and let's see what everybody's got. We do know there's another northbound coming at us. And that's all I'm aware of at the moment. So if anybody's trackside, let us know. Kid outdoors, you got the dishes done and all the laundry folded. Make Mama Bear happy. If anybody is aware where the P&LE is, Jesse's out trying to find him. They had an issue there in Stevenson. An NS train went into emergency there on the Diamond in Stevenson and shut the line down. So P&LE sat there for a while. Jesse caught it, then he got it at Nickajack. But now he's trying to find it again and not sure where it is. So if anybody's out chasing it or knows, give Jesse a heads up, because he'd like to get a night shot on it. He's got some new lights this week. And there goes our westbound around the corner. And he came down the Knoxville West End line. That's why we didn't hear any noise from him until he got here. And as we had talked, we are feathering that power so that we can get as much time as possible as we learn options and how to do this better. So we are back to the eastbound signal towers right before they split at the water tower on the other side of Little Debbie's Parkway. One to Atlanta, one to Knoxville. We're listening to the scanner in the background. You know, like Kid Outdoors is a perfect example of what we were talking about earlier. Rail fanning is so much fun because, number one, and this is kind of from the heart because this is how I look at it and how I feel about it, but going trackside, you know, in this world of stress and all this modern technology we have that's supposed to make life easier, only adds stress if you add me, and you got cell phones and computers and notifications and everything. And when you go trackside, especially if you have children, it's just hanging out with the kids and having quality time and getting them out of the house and get them interested and let them film, take pictures, what have you, spend some time together. But you just, it's like going, rail fanning is like going to the store and buying Cracker Jacks. You know there's a surprise. You just don't know how far down in the box it's going to be and what it is. And that's the same thing with rail fanning. Be it if you're into which locomotive it is, if you're into heritage locomotives, or if you're into seeing them from Mexico and the different places, and from Canada, like we caught the golden beavers. John told you all about that night we were out here, and the train was broke down and they reconnected, and the golden beavers were there on the side of it, the Canadian Pacific. And we got to watch them reconnect and what have you. But, like I said, back to what we were talking about there with Kid Outdoors and Mama Bear's Hubs, it's just so much fun. It's something you can share. And like I said, you just never know what the next one is. And is it 5 minutes from now, 5 hours from now? You get to listen to the birds. You get to just see what comes next. And you don't know if it's going to be a high and wide and there's a great big caterpillar on it, or it's going to be a track inspection unit and you see the lasers underneath it checking the track. You get a high rail, or the next train that comes through, man, he gives you a horn salute like you're the president. And it's just so much fun and relaxing. And that's what rail fanning is all about. And that's why I hope all of you guys have a great time when we hang out together. And like I said, we get to go some places we've never been before, never been able to. Casey, like I said, Casey drags me into the world of technology, and it's a struggle. and I thank him for doing it. I know I frustrate him more than I could ever tell you guys on here, but we, as soon as it just gets a tad warmer, have a number of places picked out that we're going to go that we've never filmed from. We changed our provider, because once I see it here on the cam, and I film it live for you guys, 8 to 10 seconds later, it goes through the airwaves, loads up, goes to YouTube. They download it, process it through, and then you see it on whatever device you're using. It loses a lot of its quality, so we have to make sure that we're doing as well as we can for you guys here on site. So we changed our provider, and our signal strength went up 50%. It's amazing how much better our broadcasts have been since we switched providers, and we made a couple other enhancements. So we got all kinds of surprises, and now we've got the power source so we can go wherever, and I've learned it, or I'm learning it, and how to make it work better with you guys, and best place to sit. So we could do all kinds of things here in the next couple months. And normally where we are, it's boom, 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 train after train, but that's how it goes. Up, speaking of, that'll be coming up the Atlanta North End District line. Oh, it is so cold. It just doesn't want to. Okay, we're going to roll with that. We should be all right. Everybody, I'm sorry. I have no idea what caused that buffering. We are back on live, but we lost connection to our satellites above and everything. That is the power pack telling us that we have used 3/4 of our energy. So let me feather this off. All right, and again, no idea what happened. Checking sound, so it looks like we have sound. So let me back up a little bit. Like I said, if anybody knows where P&LE is, let Jesse know. I don't see that he's found it yet. And we were talking about the benefits, just how much fun it is to rail fan. Ain't right? I'm glad everybody, I hope everybody enjoys tonight. Like I said, we're learning how to get this better. I am. Casey coaches me. And Tony's right. Happy life can be very dependent on a happy wife. Crash, how are you tonight? Sorry, everybody, that we had the buffering problem. For those of you who came back on, we lost signal. We were transmitting. Everything was showing fine at this end. And boom, we lost you. So, again, modern technology. NS Grain Train, Eugene, how's everything? Trackside is a lot like fishing. You don't know if you're going to catch anything, how big it is, how little it is, but boy, when you get one, it's a lot of fun, just like seeing that train come around the corner. Well, if you're on a busy railroad line, you always know that there's another train. Those fish, they do get a little complicated, we'll use the word. And just to do a little test, so y'all can kind of see what the difference is, I'm going to turn my volume up, and then I'm going to do a 1, 2, 3, and we'll see how long it takes from the time I start till you hear. So let's go quiet. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 seconds, y'all, from the time I say it to the time you and I see it and hear it. That just gives you a little bit of an idea. So if anything ever happens to me, you know it happened 10 seconds ago. So we're going to spin back trackside. I'm going to keep up with y'all on the comments. Jesse, I hope you've got your train and you found your P&LE. Don't forget, submit your catch of the week. Please, please, please. Whatever y'all saw trackside in the last 7 days. Short video or a still pick, or you got a couple of your favorites, send them on in. And don't forget, we want you to vote on last week's. We've not made that final decision yet. And I said, make sure you vote, railmoments.com. And go on and you can see what we did live from the studio. Y'all send us a comment on there. There's a section you go down, go to railmoments.com, and then go to the comments and send Casey and I your favorite for the week. Because Casey voted left, I voted right, so we need a tiebreaker from you all. Casey will be on Sunday sometime, probably the afternoon later, and go over this week's catches that you all submitted and what you all thought about last week. Now, we are still indicating that we're at least at half power. We came back up a little bit. So we're going to hang out. Let's see how long it takes us to catch one more. We've not had anything coming eastbound tonight other than our very, very first one, which is when we rolled up. We caught the tag, Tennessee, Alabama, and Georgia Railways. And that's been it. So let's try, and like I said, we're going to get one more, then we're going to call it a night. So let's just kind of hang out. Like I said, we'll go ahead and watch the board. We get a green. And we can pretend we're fishing. Hiking, you pick it. But whatever it is, it's a good time trackside. Hey everybody, we have more guests.
Hi. Guess we just went by Bridgeport.
I give up. What?
1776.
I saw that Tony had sent us a note.
Guess what's still sitting at 23rd Street?
Hey everybody, Jesse just got here, and I tell you what, I'm going to throw him on the spot. He's not prepared for this, but I tell you what, there's been all kinds of odd stuff, crazy stuff happen, and I'm going to have, because I told you a little bit about that he had told us earlier, but He's going to give you the full scoop. Like I said, we're going to hang out. We're going to try and get one more train tonight before we close this off. We don't want to leave one sitting out there in the middle of nowhere. We want a home run one more time tonight, and we'll have to assume that we got enough power and everything works out. But I'm going to throw Jesse on the cam. I'm going to remind him he's got to talk loud. I'm going to throw some light on him so you can see him, since we're feathering the power so we can get through to the next train. So I'm gonna roll you all on him here. We're gonna give me a moment here. Okay, now there, just a second now. Give me a moment, because right now all you can see is nothing.
Right. Let me get some water real quick.
And when he tells you this whole story of everything that's happened today, this is quite a day. And as much as I wish I could have been with him, responsibilities and adulting forced me to not do that. But here's Jesse, Whistleblower Productions, and he's going to tell you what has happened in the world of trains to the west of us in the last 4 hours.
Yeah. All right, so good evening, everybody. Glad I could join you guys for a little bit. So yeah, like Mike said, it's been a interesting, shall we say, afternoon on the CSX joint line. To start things off, NS had a westbound manifest train go into emergency in Stevenson, which Stevenson is where NS and CSX split, as I'm sure you've heard Mike say many a time. Well, I had heard on the radio the NS train calling the CSX dispatcher to say that we are stuck on the Diamond and they could not get the air pressure up on the train. So I was originally planning on just going to Nickajack, but seeing that all this action was going on, I decided I'd drive a little bit farther south. So upon my arrival in Stevenson, the status was as follows. A air hose and bracket had completely broken on one of the cars, and unless they had a replacement one or a runaround hose, they were going to have to set the bad car out and have it fixed before it could keep rolling for safety purposes. So by the time I got there, what I had gone down to see, G437, had the Pittsburgh and Lake Erie Heritage Unit on the front, was sitting right by the Stevenson Depot, and sure enough, the NS train, which had 2 BNSF on the front and a Norfolk Southern third, was just engines and 2 cars across the Diamond. They were literally like just across the Diamond, blocking the track. So I got a few pictures, and in that meantime, what they had done is they had tied the half of the NS train down to the east, technically compassed north, but it's railroad east. Down there where the old rickety bridge is, they had tied that part of the train down and they had separated it. And they pulled the other half of the train up to free up the tracks so the CSX train could get clear. And not 2 minutes after the NS train cleared the Diamond, the CSX grain train got a green light, so I followed him all the way up to Wildwood, which is near about Wauhatchie. We shot him in, like I said, we shot at Stevenson, shot in Bridgeport, Nickajack, Running Water Bridge, Whiteside Tunnel, and finally Dead Relative in Wildwood. So good chase of that, and then finishing up with P&LE. It's currently sitting at 23rd Street, waiting on NS to let them through, or other CSX or what have you. But I sat at Coffee's Cliff for a while, as you saw I said in the chat. But the other surprise CSX is sending us is their military unit, number 1776, it is currently leading IO-25, and as of 5 minutes ago, it just rolled past Bridgeport. So don't hold me to it, but I might run out to Ringgold and film that one because it has an RS5T horn, of which there are only a small handful of those horns left, and they're very nice horns, so I might go out and film that. So we'll see if that actually ends up happening. But until we get our next train, Mike, I think that's pretty much it for the
That brings us
story
up
and
to date on
updates.
everything that's happened, huh?
Yep, that's been the day.
Now you guys tell me that Jesse hasn't been busy. He's been in 3 states and school
And burned about half tank of gas.
and used more than his current daily allowance of fuel. All right, let's take you back to the tower. All right, and those are the eastbound signals. And as you know, we are feathered back on power because we want to conserve it, because we want one more train tonight before we say see you at the next crossing. So y'all hang tight, don't go anywhere. Anybody have any questions for Jesse about anything that's happened today? He also has a channel, Whistleboard Productions.
Yep.
All kinds of cool stuff. And he does a lot to the northeast of us, up above Johnson City, plus down here. So he's like all over the place.
Yep, I'm about 70% done with my big boy video. When I went out west and chased the big boy, that was a really fun trip.
And boy, he chased all over the place.
Yes. While I'm thinking about it, you don't have to put the camera back on me, but I'll just tell everybody. So some NS Heritage Unit updates. The Lackawanna is currently in the yard somewhere. It came up on 108 from Irondale. It could leave tonight, it could leave tomorrow, who knows, but the Lackawanna is in the proximity of Chattanooga. To the north of us, we've got the Virginian as a mid DPU on 127, so that's destination is here in Chattanooga. That'll probably roll through sometime tonight or in the morning as he has to work Knoxville. The duo of 1800 and the Southern was officially split up.
Oh no.
Yep, they have been split up.
Really?
They were split up in Knoxville. 1800 is a DPU and Southern is trailing second. So unless they get put back together in Allentown, then the duo that lasted, what, a good week or more, something like that?
Oh, at least a week.
It may be even,
longer.
yeah.
It was so cool. They went back and forth
Right.
through here.
Is probably closer to at least 10 days or so. But that union has officially been broken until they get to Pennsylvania. They're still on the same train. They're on 16T. Yeah, there's not as big of a chance of them being together once they get to that point.
Well, there's a sad moment.
Yeah. And then you caught the tag, so it's going south with...
Barely. And when I say
Barely.
barely, I'm telling you that was barely.
Oh, did you tell him that story, or should I tell him that story?
Well, go ahead, because there's a lot of new folks.
Okay. So whenever Mike barely, with emphasis on, with the capital B, I should say,
Yeah, it was.
caught the tag, it was trailing second. Now, whenever it left Cincinnati this morning, that was not the case. It was leading. But somewhere between Cincinnati and Danville, the locomotive's horn decided it did not want to work anymore. So they had to turn the power around in Danville, resulting in the Heritage Unit running second, because safety, safety, safety. And even though it's annoying that because I was originally going to plan on shooting the tag at 10 Bridge, but I would much rather them have a headlight, or not a headlight, a horn that works So poor little Johnny playing on the tracks doesn't get run over when the train with no horn comes around the corner. So that was that adventure.
Eugene says to tell you hello, so
Hi, Eugene.
he's someplace cold. Actually, we're all someplace cold.
I know. Yeah, I heard you talking about ice tomorrow. That's going to be fun. Ugh.
Yeah, so is the rest of Chattanooga. All right, everybody, we are going to go ahead and start the timer. 20 minutes. That'll be 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mike is hungry.
So is Jesse.
And Mike, just like Kid Outdoors, Mike has to do the dishes tonight. Mrs. S is at karate. She's an instructor. I call it kumbaya because I can't pronounce or spell what all she does. So I just call it kumbaya. And I promised I would do the dishes because we are going to go to Mardi Gras for the next few days, starting on Thursday. So we may or may not. I'm going to try and find a couple train moments with y'all from down in Mobile, the original home of Mardi Gras. But like I said, we are going to start our countdown. At 8:30, we are going to end unless we have a green on the signal board. So,
Or a horn from the south.
or a horn from the south, or unless Jesse does the next train dance live.
I'll go on that gravel pile out there.
Yeah, he's going to head to the gravel pile. When he gets hurt, you'll see it, as you saw in our
Live on
demonstration, between 8 and 10 seconds after he goes. So, if anybody has any questions for Jesse, please just shout them out. He's reading them as you all type them.
Yep.
And we're keeping an eye there. Like I said, kind of an unusual Tuesday night. Normally by now we can't eat, we need both, we need to take one shoe off to count all our trains, but little different. But hey, it gives us the opportunity to kind of test what all we did. So y'all tell me what you think so far and how it's gone and how does it look at your end.
How did you run that one down there?
Yeah, it was 100 feet away. Yeah, it's it doesn't hurt. I can just control it.
That's cool.
The next 100 feet. Well, it's probably about 98 feet.
See, I don't know if that works. It's
Yeah.
got the board.
And well, there's only 2 outlets, but you can split it. But the only thing is, they use a lot of tools. And if I knew supplies, it's surprising. It uses
Well, see, the thing is, it's the same concept. How effective the feathering is.
Yeah.
Then you'd be good for. So yeah, who's
Now I have to figure out a way to hang free in the back.
that's Stevenson?
Oh,
Let's
that's
see.
great.
The sun was like right there.
But it still turned out fantastic.
There was our troublemaker there. I did get a picture of both of them.
So he's literally right before the crossing.
Yeah. Literally, when I got there, this is the way he was. Literally, just the engine there, a few cars over the line.
Is the crossing closed, or is it just short of it?
No, the crossing was closed.
Because he broke down right
Well,
on
see,
it.
I'm glad I had the presence of mind to go over the bridge. Didn't get stuck in the.
I
lane
wondered
then.
that when you were going, if that
It
was.
was a broadside shot.
Oh, that's great.
I like the ties.
Because those are new ones to go down, and the old ones that come up.
Here's Bridgeport. I was thankful for the cloud cover.
Did you go to Bridgeport before he left Stevenson?
No,
Or did they stop him at Bridgeport?
they didn't stop me. I went from Stevenson to Bridgeport.
I'm surprised you got there before him.
Oh yeah, there's the departing Stevenson on the bridge.
The rickety
Rickety
bridge.
bridge.
The
Which I
bridge.
had 10 people asking what I was doing and what was coming and all this stuff. I knew Bridgeport.
And when Jesse says he was on a rickety bridge, let me tell you, it is one of the most unique bridges that you can ever go on, and it is in Stevenson, Alabama.
That was Dave Road with one headlight out and one ditch light out.
We're going to try something, y'all. Here, let's try this. Jesse's going to show you his pictures. Now, hang on. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, give me a minute.
Okay.
Here. All right, Jesse, you come right there.
Okay.
And hang on a second. We're going to try this. Now, you can see what they're seeing.
Right.
And like I said, you got your delay. But he's going to show you what we're sitting here talking about. And rather than you only hearing it, let's go ahead and show you what all he did today. Too close.
Back it up.
There. There you go.
Is it in focus?
You're perfect.
Okay. So here's the shot from New Hope. Let's go to... Here is Bridgeport.
Back a tad. It's a little dark because he didn't have very many clouds there today.
The sun was directly behind the engine to start out with, but when the clouds came in, it made taking pictures a lot easier. Here's a bit of a pace shot at Nickajack.
And for those of you not familiar with Stevenson, it's about 1 hour southwest of Chattanooga off of Route 72 if you're going from Chattanooga to Huntsville.
Now, this shot, Mike always tells you I run a lot. Yeah, I just about passed out trying to get this shot. I ran as fast as I could, and I barely got the camera started before he came around the lake there.
And that's out at Nickajack Lake. Oh, it's just such a beautiful place to shoot.
So it turns out that house is actually for sale, where this thing is.
Jesse found his new dream home.
Yeah, I did. But I didn't feel bad about going in the extra driveway. This is Running Water Bridge. Too close? We're good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I could not believe there was no traffic while the train went over the bridge. These photos are unedited, by the way. These are just raw, straight pictures from the video.
And we are kind of doing some primitive sharing, but hey, we got a moment in between. Like I said, we are hanging out trying to get our land. Oh,
There's
look at
Whiteside.
that one. That's Whiteside Tunnel. I love that spot.
Is that a... Let's see, this way. There we go. That's a bit farther back.
There's the old tunnel.
I'll probably crop that one up a bit so we can see the engine a bit better. And then the last location of the day, this one's kind of fuzzy because it was getting dark, but that's Wildwood.
Back up a tad. Yeah. It's dark, but tilt it this way. To your right. There you go.
So it was a really fun day. So I got him. Well, I took pictures at the signal for Whiteside. I didn't shoot video because there wasn't time. But that was the chase of the P&LE, and I'll try to get the video up as fast as possible. But school and work keep me really busy, so there's not a whole lot of time for editing train videos.
Mama Bear, when you're talking about you like that spot, are you talking about where the bridge is over 24, or are you talking about Whiteside Tunnel? And there we are back to our signal tower facing for our eastbound trains.
You had anything else come out of Milton?
I haven't. It's been just so fun. And this is.
Keep going. Just
so it doesn't. Let's just keep swinging this down. And then we got set up for like 2 minutes. They have to start over.
You see, when we do that for too long, the camera is moving. It'll be back 30 seconds to a minute.
Ah, the tunnel, yes. I love that spot. It's just, it's and I'm very nostalgic, I guess is the word, but to think back to the 1860s and back when that line and before when they built that and the effort that it took, and then to think about the troops marching through there and everything, it's just like, and when you're there kind of by yourself, it's like looking at history preserved. And the very first time, no, the second time I went there, I parked, went over, there were 13, or at least 13, there's probably more of that, wild turkeys down on the track picking up grain. And it's just, I just love that spot. It is so super cool. And for those of you that are familiar with it, take a look at Casey and our video, the 29 spots to Railfan, from Weed Whacker up to luxury. And when we tell you Weed Whacker, don't laugh, because Jesse carries one, I carry one, and we literally sometimes we have to go out at that location of the tunnel, and we'll just say mow the weeds down, because it's a 2-car pull-off, and you make sure you don't have a low car because of the washout there.
Yes.
So it goes ka-chum when you go in.
I've even scraped my nose in my expedition sometimes, so you got to be really careful going in and out of there.
And then, like I said, there's a 2-car spot to park. It's just a small opening in the woods, in the tree line, and poof, there's this tunnel. And it's right where Hamilton County and Marion County are. And one end of the tunnel is Hamilton County. When you come out the other end, you're in Marion County.
If you're traveling on 24, when you reach the Tennessee sign, it's just to the right. So that's kind of a placeholder for you to kind of earmark where it is. If you're on 24 and you're going westbound, when you hit the, Welcome to Tennessee sign, the tunnel is literally right across the street. And if you, the best way to get there is either, if you're already on 24 by the time you hit the Welcome to Tennessee sign, take the very next exit. You'll go, you'll get off the interstate. You'll take a right, go a little bit, and then take another right and get on Georgia 299. Georgia 299 parallels the tracks from Wauhatchie Yard all the way to Nickajack Lake and beyond. I think it goes all the way to Allerton, doesn't it? 299, something like that. But
Every time I go past there, I get lost.
yeah, the Mike was talking about trimming. My good friend John and I, we spent countless hours out there with machetes and bow saws trimming little trees and stuff. And in about, over the course of a year when we could get out there, we've probably expanded the shot by about 100 feet from what it was.
Massively different.
Because whenever I first found the tunnel, you had maybe a window of 50 feet in between from tree bank to tree bank. And whenever it was, all the leaves were in, during the spring and summer, you could barely see the main line going towards Chattanooga, even less so going towards Nashville. So we've trimmed some trees back, and they're in a great big pile there. But we try to keep it looking nice, because so many of these locations that the older generation of railfan they've gone to, either they don't get talked about or they don't get tended to, and shots will disappear. They'll get too grown up, trees will get too big, and you simply cannot replicate that shot without a monumental amount of work. So whenever you're up there, at Whiteside Tunnel or other places like it, if there's a little shrub or something or whatever, or even some grass or some trash, you know, do your part and pick up some trash, or, you know, pull a little shrub from the ground or whatever. Just it's always good for a rail fan to do their part in keeping these shots open. They don't keep themselves looking like that, do they, Mike?
No, not at all. Kind of the same thing over at Coffee's Cliff.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, there's definitely been several instances of trimming on the fly. That's always a fun one. I've done that several times on the Somerville train. I'll never forget whenever my car broke down, and Mike saved me, which I am to this day profusely thankful to him for that. But we pulled up to just outside of
Chickamauga is where you broke down, just outside Chickamauga.
Right, I broke down just outside of Chickamauga, and then there's a shot just before Tryon where the train comes around the bend in the trees. It's a beautiful shot. But 2 weeks prior, I had been out there, and I had my machete with me in my car, and I was trimming some tall grass to clean the shot up. And when I arrived with Mike, several of the same people were there, and they asked me, "Where's your machete?" And I had to tell them, well, I don't have my car, or else I would have my machete. But the adventures you have when watching trains.
And it's like Kid Outdoors was talking, the memories that you make while rail fanning. Let's see if we can catch our emergency unit going past there. There he is. Hope everybody's okay. Protect our first responders as he goes rolling down Little Debbie's Parkway. And for those of you that are to the south of us, the Tennessee, Alabama, and Georgia Railway Heritage Unit just passed through Dalton going south.
Oh, wow.
He did not make great time from here to there, but he's on his way through Dalton right now, so those of you in Rome, get ready. Is that a horn or a truck?
I don't know. I want to say it's a horn, but I don't know. Don't say the H word too loud or everybody gets excited. Yeah, he did not make good time.
He didn't make good time, and he didn't make good time. Our last was just now getting to TVRM.
Ooh, it's slow tonight. I hope they blow the dust out of the tags going. Now that would be a phenomenal. Oh, the one shot I want. Dry Valley with the tag. If that thing leads coming back north.
I asked Tyler about Dry Valley earlier.
Yes, and you were correct. It is Dry Valley Road.
Ah,
Because I had heard you say that. Yes, that was correct. But yeah, Dry Valley Road is a favorite.
oh. Mama Bear, I just read your note about there's another driveway. Is it towards the bridge or away from the bridge that you're talking about for train viewing there by the tunnel? Papa Bear and the Booger Bear in front of the tunnel picture. I bet that's a great memory. Everybody, we are winding down. The 8:30 Eastern Standard Time has made it. We are facing all reds for our traffic coming out of Chattanooga. And if John was on, he would tell you as soon as I say this, and as soon as I turn this off, there'll be a train. So if I tell you that we're going to turn it off at 8:30, which is right now, we're going to wait 10 minutes and that should get us a train. But at 8:40, Mike and Jesse are going to go find dinner because we are HUNGRY.
Amen to that. it was crazy. I don't think I've ever seen such a slow train on the joint line as that Heritage unit. So I bagged him at Nickajack.
As you can hear, Jesse has had a full day on the
Yes.
joint line.
It has been a full day and a fun day. Yeah, CSX consoled me with a good chase after NS put the tag facing the wrong way. But got him in Nickajack. He was moving at a good clip, and then as soon as he started to go around that. Do you know where James is? So as soon as he came into James, he slowed way down because they got to start that climb. But whenever I pulled into Dead Relative there in Wildwood, there was another northbound that was going by. So literally, they were running like, maybe a train length apart into Wauhatchie. So that's what whenever he went by Whiteside, he was crawling. He might have been doing 10, 15 miles an hour. And I wasn't going to go shoot at Hooker, but he was on the close track, so he would have been right up in my face, and it wouldn't have been a good shot. But yeah, it was the shot at Whiteside was dicey because there was a southbound there going by on the far track. So it's like, yeah, I'd still get the shot of the Heritage, but the tunnel would be blocked by this other train. So thankfully the other train made it out of the way before.
It's all about timing.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, Eugene, that was a fire truck, and that was Tri-Community Fire Department that rolled by there on Little Debbie's Parkway. And to answer your question about Dalton, my work is about 10 miles from here tops. And because it gets dark so quick, by the time I get to leave, by the time I get to Dalton, it's just already pitch dark. So a lot, although we don't have the CSX factor here that you get to see. So we'll probably start going back to Dalton one night a week as soon as we spring forward. And I think spring forward's coming up soon.
Should be. Let me check.
I think the time for spring forward is coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, March 9th, so about 3 weeks.
March 9th, so 3 weeks out,
Mm-hmm.
2.5. All right, we are going to give you one last look just so you can compare the difference, and then we are going to say good night to Irene and all of you. But this is what it looks like with hardly any lights on tonight for those of you that just jumped on. And the ambers are on the truck, so the little bit of light that you see are actually the ambers flashing on production 6. And Jesse being funny, Mr. Griswold firing up the light. And there it is afterwards. So, I hope everybody had a good time. If you did, tell everybody you know and tell them to make sure that they hop on and subscribe and hang out with you. And if you had a bad time, keep it a secret. Everybody got that? Good time? Tell everybody. And like I said, have them hop on with you. Like I said, we're learning some of the different things we can do. Jess and I experiment all the time, and this is just one of the ideas that we've come up with. So that is, what do you say that is, 100 feet away the track?
Yeah.
We're probably 100 feet back from the track. And like I said, there are no lights. This is like the bird cam. For those of you that watch that, this is like the bird cam. It's pitch black. There's production 6 with the ambers on. There are more ambers underneath, but the tailgate's down, so you can't see all of those. So don't forget, catch of the week. Anything you've seen in the past week, send it in. Don't forget, railmoments.com is where you submit. And anything, we had a tie vote between Casey and I last week. So go into the comments and what is your pick? And now we're going to go ahead and start tearing down because right around the corner, Cracker Barrel is calling our name. And if we can get there in time, Jesse and I are going to have Cracker Barrel. So we're going to start tearing her down. Everybody, thank you for being on. And a special thank you to Jesse for catching us up on all the things that went on and the pictures and sharing what he saw on the other side of Chattanooga. So, and we will be back tomorrow night to the best of my knowledge, weather permitting. And then Mrs. S and I are headed to Mobile, so we won't see you for the next couple of days after that. So
what you're saying is I'll have to take over doing this while you're gone.
yeah, Jesse has to take over while I'm gone. That's exactly
I'll have
it.
to take over the night watch at Oolawah.
No, what we're gonna do is drive that.
Just tell me what I need to do.
Oh, it's systematic.
I'll provide the light.
You can run the lights. One thing I learned Saturday night.
Cold, do not like cold weather.
No, they don't like cold weather, and they love to see light fall.
What, you trip on the cord?
Yep. I can't tell you how many times.
I can't have you falling out here unsupervised.
Now, we are not going to let Mike fall. Everybody, I'll give you an idea how dark it is here.
Yeah. Here's the weight.
It goes on the right-hand side on top of the rest of it.
Okay.
No, that's perfect. Yep. Everybody, from Jesse and Mike, Whistleblower Productions, to all of you, have a fantastic night. Stay warm, stay safe, and both of us will see y'all at the next crossing.
Bye.
See ya!